Okay, it is 6 o'clock, and I'll call this August 5th, 2014 meeting of the Andalusia City Council to order. And if you will, please stand and join as Councilman Mount leads us in the prayer and pledge of allegiance.
May we pray? As we come before you tonight, we come with thankful hearts, thankful for our city, state, and nation, thankful for the soldiers who have given so much for our freedom. We pray that you will show us the way forward. We ask that you give us the strength to do thy will. We ask these things in thy name. Amen. Ready? Salute. Pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I want to welcome our guests tonight. We do have guests joining us, and we're always happy to have our citizens and other interested parties to come and join us at our city council meeting, and remind everyone that we meet on the first and third Tuesdays of each month, with the workshop session starting at 5 o'clock upstairs in the conference room, and then the official session starting down here at 6 o'clock. First item of business is to consider the minutes of our meeting held on July the 15th.
Mr. Mayor, I make a motion that we accept the minutes of July the 15th as is.
Okay, we have a motion to approve and accept the minutes as presented. Do we have a second?
I second.
A motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor of adopting the motion of approving the minutes, please indicate by raising your right hand. Any opposed? And I think that is unanimous, and thank you for that. No unfinished business. First item of new business is to have our drawing for our Andy Bucks for the month. So we're going to call on Stephanie, if she will, to draw and bring me the ticket, and we will read the winning number for the Andy Bucks this year, this month. This drawing will be worth $1,000 in Andy Bucks. And the winning ticket number is 784-785. That's a pretty unusual number. Yeah. Listen to that. 784-785. That's the winning number. So we would invite everyone to check their Andy Bucks, and if you have the matching number, call and let us know, and we will make arrangements to get you connected with your Andy Bucks. That number will be on our website tonight, and on Andalusia Star News' website as well, and I'm sure it will be published in the paper tomorrow. So. And we will keep it published on our website until the next drawing occurs. So again, check your tickets. This time it is my pleasure to recognize a group of young folks who are with us tonight, and their parents and their coaches and maybe grandparents and others that are here to join us in this evening, and we want to recognize the Andalusia Stingrays. They've had a remarkable season this summer. Never before in the history of the Stingrays has a team earned so many medals at an ARPA state meet. The Stingrays took 39 swimmers to compete in the district swim meet in Dothan. Of those 39 swimmers, 35 qualified for state. Of those 35, 32 made the trip to Birmingham, Alabama for the state meet. This was a smaller group of swimmers than usual. The Stingrays usually have about 45 or more kids competing at state, but this group of kids was a force to be reckoned with this year. 22 medals and 4 ribbons were won over the 2-day event. Medals are awarded for the 1st through 6th places and ribbons for 7th through 8th places. The majority of the team took off time in each of their events. Emma Yance not only won 1st place in 2 events, she also set the state record in the 50 freestyle for 11 through 12-year-old girls. The swimmers who placed at state this year are as follows. Baylor Turnham placed 5th in the 25 backstroke. Alex Browning placed 7th in, I'm going to say,
Individual melody.
in individual medal. I don't know all the language on this, so thank you for that. Evie Yance, again, we've already talked about her 50-yard breast, third in the 50-yard backstroke. Emma Yance again in the second in the individual medley, 1st in the 50-yard freestyle, and 1st in the 100 freestyle. Stuart Baker, 2nd in the individual medley, 5th in the 50-yard, I say yard, I'm not sure that's correct. Is it yard or meter? Yard, 50-yard breast, 2nd in the 50 back. Mary Beth Baker placed 8th in the individual medley, 4th in the 50-yard backstroke, and 5th in the 100-yard freestyle. Callie Filmer placed 3rd in the individual medley, 3rd in the 50-yard fly, and 7th in the 100-yard freestyle. B.J. Donaldson, 5th in the individual medley, 3rd in the 50-yard breaststroke. Emma Yance, Ava Bailey, Claire Breedlove, Grace Philpott, and all these girls placed in the medley and freestyle relay events. The coaches for the Stingrays, who worked hard to get these kids to this level, are Gavin Donaldson, Carrie Browning, and Andy Shaddocks. And I also, of course, would like to congratulate the parents and grandparents of those young folks who got them to the practices and got them to the meets and took care of them and added to their ability to perform. I would ask if you are a member of the team or if you are a coach, would you come and stand down front here? We'd like to get a photograph. If you could do that for us, we would thank you for it. I'm gonna go down and be in the photograph with them. Mr. Wells pointed out to me I may have mispronounced the name Eva Yance and Emma Yance. Those are 2 different folks. We don't want to skip either of those young ladies.
Some good swimmers, huh?
Yeah. Again, congratulations to the Stingrays. Our next item of business is to consider waiving the business license for the 31st Annual Andalusia Gun and Knife Show, which will be held Saturday and Sunday, August the 16th and the 17th at the Kiwanis Community Center.
Mayor, I make a motion that we waive the business license expense for the Andalusia Gun and Knife Show.
All right, we have a motion to waive the license. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
All right, we have a motion and a second to waive the license for the 31st Annual Gun and Knife Show. Any further discussion? All in favor, please indicate by raising your right hand. And that carries, and I thank you for that. The next item of business is to adopt an agreement that relates to a loan that the city took out some months ago on behalf of the school board for the financing of the new school facilities here in Andalusia. At that time, these warrants were issued, we did have an agreement, but at our audit, our auditor requested that we consider putting some additional language in the body of the agreement in writing. We have done that, and that's what this is tonight. It would be a resolution would approve this agreement with the new language in it. It doesn't change any of the terms or anything like that, who pays what or how much or anything like that. It just simply puts some additional language in there that the auditor felt was needed and necessary. So I recommend that we approve the agreement, and then it will be presented to the school board.
Mr. Mayor, I make a motion that we pass the approval agreement pass and approve the agreement with the Board of Education on the Andalusia City School bond repayment.
All right, sir. You heard the motion. Do we have a second?
I second the motion.
Have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor, please indicate by raising your right hand. And that carries. Thank you for that. The next, we have three election results that we need to certify. The first one would be resolution number 2014-13, which would certify the election of Walter Lee Weich to the Andalusia School Board.
Mr. Mayor, I motion that we approve resolution number 2014-13, school board election certification of Mr. Walter Lee Weich.
All right, we have a motion to adopt the resolution. Do we have a second?
I second that.
All right, we have a motion and a second to adopt the resolution. Any further discussion? All in favor, please indicate by raising your right hand. Thank you for that. The next resolution is 2014-14, which is the school board election certification for Mr. William David Bryant.
Mr. Mayor, I make that motion for William David Bryant.
All right, we have a motion to adopt the resolution approving the election results for electing William David Bryant to the school board. Do we have a second?
I second the motion.
Have a second. Any further discussion? All in favor, please indicate by raising your right hand. Any opposed? A same sign, and that carries. The next item is resolution number 2014-15, which is the certification resolution for the election of David McCalman to the school board.
Mr. Mayor, I make the motion to approve the resolution 2014-15, the school board election certification of David McCalman.
All right, we have a motion by Mr. Wells. Do we have a second?
I second the motion.
Have a second by Mr. Mount. Any further discussion? All in favor, please indicate by raising your right hand. Any opposed? And I think that too is unanimous, and I thank you for that. Okay, that takes care of all three of those election certification resolutions. The next item is to approve another year's worth of contract with the Covington County Commission for the housing of city prisoners. Those people who have been sentenced to jail time by our municipal judge to serve some time in jail are under arrest and in jail pending making bond or any circumstance like that, that we put someone in jail, we have been contracting, the city has been contracting with the county commission for a number of years now to house those prisoners. And this contract, the new contract that's proposed that will carry us for another year, will carry us through September the 30th of 2015, is exactly the same as the pricing and the numbers and so forth was in the previous contract with them. There was a small increase in medical expense, but the county commission has agreed to assume that, I think it was a 2% increase in that cost. So I recommend to you that we enter into this new contract, which will carry us through September 30 of 15.
Mr. Mayor, I motion that we approve the inmate housing contract with Covenant County and also Covenant County Sheriff.
Okay? We have a motion to approve the contract with the county and the sheriff. Do we have a second?
I second.
All right, any further discussion on this matter? All in favor, please indicate by raising your right hand. And thank you for that. Next item, item I, is a resolution number 2014-16, which is a resolution authorizing extension of the city's line of credit loan with the Covenant County Bank. And I would ask you to consider approving that resolution.
Mr. Mayor, Resolution 2014-16, which is a line of credit renewal with the bank. I make that motion that we do that.
And that's with the CCB Community Bank. I may have omitted stating that.
Okay.
The interest rate is exactly the same as it was last year, no changes in that. Okay, we have a motion. Do we have a second?
I second.
All right, any further discussion? All in favor of adopting the resolution extending the line of credit for a year, please indicate by raising your right hand. Any opposing sign? Thank you. We have a vacancy on the Historical Preservation Authority, and Ann Christensen, who has been serving on that authority, has requested to be reappointed, and we would need someone to nominate and second her nomination if that is your pleasure.
Mr. Mayor, I approve Ann Christensen on the Historical Preservation Authority.
Okay, we have a nomination for Ann Christensen for the Historical Preservation Authority. Do we have a second?
I second.
All right, we have a nomination and a second. Are there any other nominations for that position? Hearing none, all in favor of Ms. Christensen, please indicate by raising your right hand. And she is thus appointed. Thank you for that. We have an abatement resolution before you. This is weed and grass abatement on 7 properties. These properties are located on one of them Bradley Street, one on Robinson Avenue, one on Seeger Street, actually 2 on Seeger Street, one on Brooklyn Road, one on Pearl Street, and one on East 3-Knot Street. Again, these are weeds and abatement. Weeds and grasses.
Mayor, I motion that we approve resolution number 2014-17, the abatement of these 7 properties.
All right, do we have a second?
I second the motion.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Those in favor of adopting the resolution, please indicate by raising your right hand. Any opposed? And that is unanimous, and thank you for that. Tonight, we will have first reading of ordinance number 2014-3. This is a new ordinance relating to the abatement of noxious weeds and grasses. In the last session of the Alabama legislature, the legislature authorized cities to somewhat gives us more authority in exercising abatement over noxious weeds and grasses. And that is what this ordinance does. And it basically, what it does, right now, we have to give someone 14 days notice to clean up a lot or a yard or piece of property from noxious weeds and grasses, and those are defined in the code section, in the ordinance. And then after they are given the notice, then we can go, if they don't clean it up, we can go in and have it cleaned up and charge that to their ad valorem taxes. And they have to pay that each year. Then if it grows up again in a month, we have to start that process all over again, and they get another 14-day notice. Well, what this does, it cuts down the second notices. And they get the first 14-day notice, they will get just like they always did. If the property is then cleaned up and it grows up again within 12 months of that first notice, then we don't have to come back and take action on it here at the council table. Our department that handles that, the abatement weed and nuisance abatement department, can take action on that. They still have to give the property owner notice that they're going to take action. The property owner still has a right to come in within 7 days of getting that notice and request a hearing if they choose to do so. If they fail to do that, then action can be taken, and that can be replicated again and again during that 12-month period. In other words, you only have to give that 14-day notice one time per year, and then thereafter it's a 7-day notice, and the notice comes directly from the nuisance and abatement authorities for the city. Since this is an ordinance, we could not pass this ordinance tonight without suspending the rules and having a unanimous vote to do that. We determined in our workshop that we felt it was not this is not an emergency situation, so there's really no need to take action, suspend the rules and take action on it tonight. So we will treat what we've just talked about as the first reading of this ordinance, and it will most likely be on the second meeting of this month's agenda to vote on. So during the meantime, if anybody in the community wants to voice some concern about this or ask questions, then they'll have an opportunity to come forward and do that. All right, are there any other items of business the council needs to bring before
Did 3 openings
this meeting?
last time.
I'm sorry.
3 openings.
Oh, I'm sorry. We do have 3 openings on the Community Enhancement Committee, and if you are interested in serving on this committee, please call us here at City Hall and let us know of your interest, and we'll put you on the list. Again, that's 3 openings on the Community Enhancement Committee. Now, is there anything else to come before the council? Hearing nothing, we will stand adjourned.